Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Just Bulldogs podcast. Bulldogs this week are going up against the Parramatta Eels at Accor Stadium on Monday afternoon on the King's birthday. Getting into the team list, we have going through Parramatta's team first. We got Clint Gutherson at fullback, Mike Acevo and Sean Russell on the wings, Will Pensini and Blaze Talangi in the centres, Dylan Brown at 5'8" with Mitch Moses at halfback, Regan Campbell-Gillard and Junior Polo in the front row, Brendan Hands at dummy half, Kelma Tuolangi and Bryce Cartwright in the back row, with Jermaine Hopgood looking to back up from Origin at lock. On their bench, Joe Offahangawi, Sean Lane, Makahesi Makatoa, and Wiramu Grigg. And their extended Dijon Arcee, Morgan Harper, Joey Lussick, Ryan Madison, and Luca Moretti. Getting into our team list, we have Connor Tracy at fullback. On the wings, Jacob Kiraz and Blake Wilson in for the injured Joshua Dakar. Bronson Cherry at one centre with Stephen Crichton backing up from Origin in the other centre. Matt Burton at 5'8" with Toby Sexton at halfback. Max King and Samuel Hughes in the front row with Reid Marnie at dummy half. Jacob Preston and Jamin Salmon starting in the back row with Kurt Mann at lock. On our bench, Bailey Hayward, Josh Curran, Curtis Moran, and Lipoi Hopoi on the bench once again. On our extended, Pawasa Famasili, Blake Taff, Jake Turpin, Drew Hutchison, and Harry Hayes. Very big game for us this week. Last game before we have a week off with a bye. Heading into this one as underdogs, Parramatta paying $1.73 to our $2.12. We love going into the games as underdogs, put the pressure on the other team, and then hopefully come away and get the win. Going to be a very tough game. Parramatta have had a very poor season so far in 2024. A lot of that has come down to Clint Gutherson and Mitchell Moses missing a lot of time due to injury. But they are back now, so they're definitely a lot better team than what they have been so far this season. We've seen last week them going up against the Cronulla Sharks. Sharks without Nico Hines, and so definitely not at their full strength. But Parramatta played very well against them. So definitely not the same team that we've seen so far this year. They put plenty of points on. And though they're sitting at 15th on the ladder right now, definitely know that that's not the team that they are when they have Mitchell Moses and Clint Gutherson in the side. Definitely a team that we've struggled to beat so far in the past. We played them in round one this year. And definitely didn't kick off our season in a good way. We in that game went down 26 points to 8, but we also aren't the same team that we were in that game. Pardon me. So I definitely think this should be a pretty competitive game. Both teams are pretty well full strength. Not many players missing from either side. Bulldogs missing Viliami Kikau, but besides that, we're pretty close to full strength. Very happy to see Lipoi Hopoi get a spot in the bench this week after a very good debut last week. Very happy to see him to continue his NRL career development as a young fella. So very excited to see how he goes in this one again. But definitely we'll get into where I think we really need to stand up in this one if we want to come away with a win. So the spots that we most have to look out for against this Parramatta side, their biggest weapon is their halfback, Mitch Moses. He has an elite kicking game. He's pretty good at getting everyone around him in very good position with the ball. So we have to put plenty of pressure on him. Don't let him kick us to death. I know that we have a very good kicking game as well, but it's definitely an area that we have to step up. And then his partner in the halves, Dylan Brown, has a very good running game. Very good off his left foot, very strong. Strong runner of the ball. So a player that we really want to get up on as quick as possible. Try not to give him too much time to get going. He's definitely a hard player to bring down. So the halves pairing definitely where we need to target this team. And then they do have a very good starting front row pairing in Regan Campbell-Gillard and Junior Polo. They are pretty well the opposite of what the Bulldogs have been in 2024. As we know, we've been very mobile, shifting the ball side to side, very quick. This Parramatta side is very big, very physical, looking to beat you up through the middle. So it's definitely going to be a tough one for our boys. but I know that we can step up. We have done very well so far this season, getting on top of forward packs that have some bigger names than we do. But yeah, definitely going to be another tough one. And then the spots where I think we can really target this side, where they might be a little bit weaker, Mike Acevo on the left wing and young fella Blaze Talangi playing inside him. If our right side attack can really get going in this one, I think there could be plenty of points going down our right edge. With Toby Sexton back in the halfback role, winning that 7 jersey, and then partnering up with Stephen Crichton and Jacob Carraz down that right side. Definitely think there's plenty of points there. And then working with Jacob Preston as well. Some very good players going at some not so strong defense for this Parramatta side. On their left, they'll have Dylan Brown, Blaze Talangi, and Mike Acevo. Definitely not players that are known for their defense. So I really think that's a spot that we should be targeting them. Will be a tough one for our left side attack. We have a very strong left side attack with Matt Burton. I'm curious to see if they put Jacob Preston on that right side or if they move him to the left to play on our dominant edge. He played on the right side last week, but he did play a lot of left edge last year when Viliami Kika was out. So curious to see what they do there. But the edge, the Parramatta right side of Mitch Moses, Will Pensini, and Sean Russell, I think is a little bit stronger than their left side. So I would like to see, though it might make our left side attack a little weaker, not giving Matt Burton a dominant back rower. Jamin Seven can definitely do a job, but definitely not the star player of a Jacob Preston or a Viliami Kikau. But I do think the Parramatta left edge is where we should be targeting him. So hopefully Jacob Preston lines up on that right side with Toby Sexton. And that's a spot that I definitely think plenty of points can come from if we get that right side attack going. Next one we'll go to where we also have to look out for Bryce Cartwright. He's had a bit of an up and down career, but he's playing pretty well so far this year. Very good with the late offload, so really need to wrap the ball up when he's taking the line on. And then Jermaine Hopgood, very similar as well, big body in the middle of the field. Loves to get the ball out, loves to offload, so really got to wrap him up as quick as we can. And then when they rotate, Sean Lane hasn't been in the best form this year, ex-Bulldog, but very good line runner, very tall body, another one that can get the ball out if given the chance. So a few of these back rowers really need to get up on them early, wrap the ball up, don't let them get that second phase play going. I know that we've been very good at scrambling in defense, but you don't want to give the other team too many chances. So those 3 players in particular love an offload. So definitely want to be wrapping the ball up as much as possible. And our edge will really have to work hard, especially our halves, Matt Burton and Toby Sexton in this one. Expecting a very big game from Matt Burton here. Was in the Origin squad as 18th man. Got to sit on the bench for the whole game. Didn't get to get on the field as 18th man, wasn't activated. But I do think being around those kind of players, though the game didn't go as we were hoping for, definitely. Not too happy with the way that it went. Definitely didn't perform well. But yeah, plenty of controversy around it. But yeah, Matt Burton not getting on the field, getting to spend some time around those players and getting a week off. I expect him to be very fit and firing in this one. He's had some pretty good games against Parramatta. He's had some pretty good battles going up against Mitch Moses, and he will be going up against him in this one. Matt Burton on the left and Mitch Moses on Parramatta's right edge. So I definitely think he'll be looking to get after him. Both of these players will be fighting to get into the Origin squad for game 2. So I expect both of them to really stand up. But hopefully Matt Burton can have a very big game in this one. Get his kicking game continuing to go as it's been this season. Put plenty of pressure on the Parramatta back 3. And then show off his defense as he has. And then hopefully he can get that left side attack firing once again. As I was saying, not too sure who his back row is going to be. If they leave Jamin Seven on the left side as they did last week, or if they move Jacob Preston. But yeah, hopefully Matt Burton can continue to work well with Bronson Cherry, but he also has a new winger as well. I expect to be Blake Wilson on that left side. So definitely a bit of a different edge than the last time Matt Burton played, which was only 2 weeks ago. But yeah, a bit of a shake-up since then. So I have to wait and see what they put there in the final lineup. But definitely expect Matt Burton to have a very big game, full of confidence, ready to fire to help the Bulldogs come away with a win in this one. But for this week's Just Bulldogs spotlight player will be going to our captain on the right side. I do think with Parramatta's right side not being the best, Parramatta's left side, sorry, not being the best defensively, that I do expect our right side attack to really target it. And with Stephen Crichton having a very good performance in Origin, though the Blues did not play well with only 12 men on the field, Stephen Crichton was exceptional. His defense was incredible. Played both sides of the field, started on the left side, moved to the right side later in the game to sort out the defense on that side, and he definitely did. Once Stephen Crichton jumped onto that right centre spot, he really shut down that Queensland attack going down that edge. And then he did look very dangerous with the ball, ran strong, got through a decent amount of work. I'll quickly jump onto the stats for that Origin game, just to talk about our captain Stephen Crichton, how he went in the State of Origin game one. Played 80 minutes, 10 runs for 130 meters, 57 post contact, 3 tackle breaks, 1 line break, 12 tackles with just 2 missed, and a lot of those were very important tackles. Very good with the ball in hand. 10 runs for 130 meters, averaging 13 every run. 57 post contact, huge, and 3 tackle breaks. Stephen Crichton, absolutely incredible center. One of the best in the comp, in my opinion, the best defensive center in the comp. And then he definitely doesn't lack with the ball in hand. Very strong runner, good finisher, and good at putting his outside man in space as well. So this week's Just Bulldogs Spotlight Player of the Game will be our captain, Stephen Crichton. Definitely think our right edge will get going in this one, and he will be a focal point of our attack. Wait and see which back rower gets paired up with him, but if Stephen Crichton gets good early ball, I definitely expect him to have a big game. So that'll do for our preview of the King's birthday matchup. Bulldogs going up against the Parramatta Eels. Definitely think it'll be an exciting game. Should be pretty hard fought and pretty close. Parramatta really turned their season around once Mitch Moses and Clint Gutherson came back. So I definitely expect both of them to really improve this Parramatta side going forward. But I do hope that the Bulldogs really turn up in this one, keep their good form going heading into the bye. A win here could really see us shoot up the ladder. Right now we're in a bit of a logjam with a lot of teams on 14 points. We're near the top of that group with 5 teams currently on 14 points on the ladder. Caesars sitting in 9th spot, but Roosters are the top team on 14 points in 8th at the moment. If we can come away with a win, we definitely at least stay with that group, but potentially can jump into the top 8, and then heading into the bye gives us a very good chance to get into that top 8 over the next couple of weeks. So definitely a big game for us. Very important that we come away with a win in this one if we really want to be fighting for a final spot towards the end of the season. We're at the halfway point of the season now, so really want to be keeping that top 8 nice and close, and so we don't get out of reach of it. And right now we're in a good spot, especially if we can come away with a win this weekend. So that'll do for the preview. Very big game. Hopefully the boys step up. If you want more content, make sure to check out at Just Bulldogs on Instagram and Twitter. Very active on the Instagram page during the game. Keep the stories going. I give live updates as the game goes, particularly around the tries, who's performing well and who's making stuff happen for our Bulldogs. So if you want more content, make sure to check out there. But yeah, that'll do for this one. I appreciate everyone for listening, and I'll catch you next time. See you later.